today and in the wood yard, we got truck stuff. Here we go. So by now, a lot of you are aware, I got a new truck. My Toyota Tundra that I had for over 10 years had 273,000 miles on it. Well, it still does. It's in the garage. I'm going to be selling it soon. And I got a new truck. I got a truck more capable for what I need and what I'm going to be using it for. I needed a truck that could tow more, haul more, be more, bigger, better, all that stuff. I don't know about better. The Toyota was awesome. It was the best truck I've ever owned. If you've been following along, reading the comments about my journey of buying the truck, I've had Fords, I've had Chevys. They were okay. The Fords weren't so much. I had transmissions go out on both of them early on, so I got rid of them, so I didn't trust them anymore. But I got a Chevy again here. So this is the 2500 heavy duty Chevy Custom. Nothing special. It's basically for me just a work truck, which is what a truck is for me. I do not have a grocery getter or a pavement princess or what other words are they called? A show pony. It's not a show pony. It's a work truck. I'm going to use it a lot. The Tundra was awesome. I doubt that I can get that type of reliability and quality out of anything else. I think I got real lucky with it. I did almost nothing to it. I put new tires on it, new brakes on it, struts and a battery. That's it. I did brakes twice, tires 4 or 5 times. It was just awesome. I liked it a lot. I still do like it. If they made a 3/4 ton with a V8, I'd have it. That's what I would have bought. I did a lot of research. I looked at the Fords, I looked at the Dodges, I looked at the Chevys. I like the Chevys better. They rode better. There was things about it. For me, it was better for what I wanted. I know some of you guys are Ford fanatics, and there's guys that are Dodge fanatics. It's fine. If you're happy, I'm happy for you. So today, what I'm going to be doing is putting some parts onto my truck, stuff that I'm adding on. I've got a hitch. I bought a brand new BW hitch. I'll show you that in just a minute. I got a tonneau cover that's in the box over here. I'm going to put that on. It's a tuxedo, same as I had on the Tundra. It worked excellent. And I also have a cargo tray that's going to go under the back seat. And then I might be getting a mat for the bottom of the truck, because the Tundra got pretty beat up by throwing wood in, but I don't plan on putting a lot of wood into this. Now that I have the baby dumper, I plan on just using that all the time, and I really don't want to use the truck to haul wood. I want to keep it in better shape, hopefully. So I'll show you what I got here. So here's the first item I'm going to put on. It is a BW trailer hitch. Now I looked at, my son recommended, we both did research. We looked at several different kinds. The Gen Y was the one I thought I was going to get. But when I went to the place and I bought this from Toys for Trucks. It's a local place here, sells truck stuff. I think they've got like 50 locations. We just happen to have several of them around here, and I think they actually started here in the valley. The guy I was talking to, he said, I'll sell you the Gen Y, but he said, you're not going to be happy with it. I said, why is that? He said, they have a hammer finish on it. It's like a spray down hammer finish with paint on them. He said, they chip pretty easy and they rust pretty bad, pretty fast. He said, basically the same price, much different painting process, much better results, more happy people with the BWs. So that's what I got. So I'll show you what we got here. This is the first time opening. I haven't opened this at all yet. I just saw it at the store, so it's pretty heavy. It's an adjustable. And I also got this locking bolt. It gets keyed. Once you use it, it gets keyed to your key that is the truck key. It's like the accessory key that is in the key fob. It's a push start, electric push start in the truck, so I don't use the key, but there's a little key that you use for like valet and for locking your back gate. So I got that to lock it on. What's nice about this, let me get this turned around so you can see, it is a 2.5 receiver, 2.5 inch, at least I think it is, I hope it is. That's what I ordered, it looks like it is. And it's adjustable 7 inches up and down with pins, and it's reversible. I only got the 2 balls because that's all I ever use is 2. I got a 2-inch, I think it's a 2-inch. Yeah, it says it's a 2-inch, and a 2 5/16, which is what I use almost all the time. Stainless steel, very heavy duty, and we're gonna put it on right now. So I just opened up the manual, looked through it, and very cool. I didn't realize this is made in Kansas. So it's American made, and they employ over 500 people. It comes with a sticker, pretty cool. And also, look at this. I was just thinking I need to get some grease to grease the interior of it, the hitch where you put it in, so it doesn't rust together, so it stays lubricated in there. It comes with its own little packet, so you can lubricate the shaft when you put it in, so that's pretty cool. So this is a bolt lock, and the way it works is it's got a stainless shaft that goes in to this lock here, and you key it with your key from your fob. You break the seal right here, you key it, it's one time you turn it clockwise till it stops, and then it's keyed to your lock, and that's the only thing you do. And right here is the key, if I can get it out of here. So the key is right inside. You can see it just slides in, you just push this button, and that is the key for the truck. I'm going to key it right now. Hopefully I do it right, because it's a one-time deal. And it says here that what you do is you tear off the lock seal, insert the key, rotate the key clockwise until it stops. So let's see, this is where it goes. You tear this stuff off right here, apparently. This is just a seal they have on here. There we go. So you tear this seal off right here. It's off. Discard that, and then you put the key in, and you turn it till it stops. That is it. It's keyed now. Okay, hopefully that's it, because it's a one-time deal. The guy says once you do it, that's it. And then you put it in. It is locked. Let's see if it opens now. Put it in, and I'm assuming you go the same direction to open it. Hold it. Yep, that's what pops it out. And it's got lithium grease inside of here and inside of here. I saw there was some grease in there, so there you go. That is it. That's how that works. Okay, and then it's got a cap that goes on, and once you're locked on, you're locked on. So that'll keep this safe, because this is like 400 bucks. So you really don't want people borrowing it to use it for a boat anchor or something like that, because it could happen. Okay, I'm gonna put my key, well, I'm gonna open it back up here first. So we'll open this up, and I can mount the, yeah, it works really good. So there you go, that's it. And then I'm gonna put my key back in so I don't forget. And this got lithium grease on it too, so obviously they know it's a thing. So there's the remote. I got 2 of these. I heard these are like hundreds of dollars, so you want to kind of not lose those. And the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to move this stuff out of here, and we're going to mount the hitch. Okay, so I still just have my temporary plates. I didn't get the official ones yet, and that's from the actual dealer. They put that on there so that they said that if you get pulled over, they can see that you just bought it. And I also have temporary plates. I did buy it in Wautoma, Wisconsin, a little bitty dealership. They just happened to have the one I wanted. So first thing I'm going to do is take all the pins off of this thing. You can see it's all stainless pins, so it's pretty cool. I'm going to take them all off. There's 3 of them here. And then here is the rotating plate. It's got a keeper spring in there, so it keeps it mounted in, so it twirls around, so you can switch the ball real easy. The first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to take the adjustable L bracket 2-incher. I'm going to slide that in. Well, first we got to get some grease on there, so we're going to put that on. They didn't really say how to do it, so I'm just going to kind of slather it in the hole and around on the actual sleeve here. It's so okay. It says right here, apply lithium grease to the tune of a ball square post to prevent seizing. Apply lithium grease to the bushing. RV arms as needed. Toe and stow. Delivery to all 3 stainless steel pins. Oh, so this is actually for the balls. But I'm going to put it inside the shaft and then put some more on the pins too. So I'm just going to slide this in here and get it good greased. I'm going to go to all sides because I was told to do this. Eventually I'll probably take this out maybe once a year or so, something like that. Grease, I know my dad had a truck. He left the receiver on for decades. Well, not decades, but years. And he went to take it off and it was all rusted in. We couldn't even pound it off with a sledgehammer. So there we go. And this has got, you see it's got 2 holes. There's one there and one here. So I'm assuming I'm going to want it to be out a bit so I can step on this. I'd rather have it, well, see, I can always adjust it in or out. The pins are all the same, but the one I'm going to put in, obviously, is to lock it. We're going to put the locking one in to lock the whole thing on. There, that's on. That's it. That's all there is to it. Okay, so I found out you gotta put this part on first before you can slide it on. So I got the mount on, and then I can just adjust it to where I need it to go, and then you pin it in. So I'm going to just guess here. I'm going to say right there looks good, and it's a double pin here. And that way, when you pin it on, it can't be taken off. It's locked in because you got to take out the whole receiver to do it. So we're going to put this on first. So then I'm going to turn it to the 2 5/16 because that's the one I use the most. And we're going to put that on. I'm going to go fully onto it. There we go. You know, some guys like to pin them so it's just partially on. They just push it all the way in. But there you go. Now I might get the locker thing. They make this so it doesn't, you don't have the play. You can get it so that you don't have the rattle. I might end up doing that, but there it is. It's that simple. So then all I got to do to change the ball is you pull this pin, pull this out, spin it around. It's that fast. That is awesome design. Absolutely awesome. So there you go. It's that fast. I think you guys could see that. So here we go. We'll spin it back. Pull the key. Slide your pin. And then repin it. And it is on. And this is rated for 18,000 pounds with a tongue weight of 1,800 pounds. And it's on. There it is. B&W. I like it. Very nice. And it's completely out of the way of the bed as it drops. So there we go. All right, now I am going to install the tonneau cover. All right, so we're going to take out my cargo tray. I'll put that in later. Now we're going to put on the Tuxedo tonneau cover and open that up. All right, so I just got the Tuxedo cover out of the box, and I've put 2 of these on my Tundra. The first one I had on lasted about 7 years. The Velcro started to go, it started getting loose. And on a trip back from South Dakota, it basically got tore off in the wind. And so I got a new one. So the one I got on the Tundra now is 3 years old, still working great. I looked at several different brands, different kinds, and the guy said this is probably the one that's obviously pretty affordable. It's one of the lower price ones, but he said it also leaks the least. All of them leak a little bit, usually in the back seam where your cover goes down, or up from the tailgate. You get some road mist in this area right in here. But mine never leaked up in the bulkhead up front. It was actually pretty good. So we're going to put this on. It's not that hard. You put down your barrier seal up and across the front and the top of the bed, and then you mount all your rails together, set those on, clamp them on, and it's pretty simple to do, really. I'm doing it myself because they charge like $200 to put them on. Yeah, and I can do this probably in an hour, maybe, something like that. So we're going to slap it on. So the first thing you do is you take your sealer, foam gap sealer spacer, you put that across. You're supposed to clean this, but this is brand new. There's no dirt on it yet at all. It's clean as clean can be. So I just wiped it off with a rag just to kind of make sure there was no dust on it. But all you do is you stick this into the corner. You go all the way up to the front. You go all the way across. And I already looked to make sure fitting wise it's got to go right here. So basically we're gonna just stick it on. It's pretty simple. Go right up in the corner. You want it to be tight. And we're just going to line it up so it's right up tight to the edge here. There, and I got about 3 inches extra. And then it says you're supposed to trim it with the scissors, so I got the scissors here. You just give it a little snipperoo. It is on. And I did replace this on my Tundra one time. On my first one, the second one I haven't replaced it because somehow it got loose. I don't know how, but I'm just going to go through and push this down. So we had a good seal on it. So when this contacts this, it seals it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on these spacers. That is what goes onto the sealer on the end. When I put on the caps, I'll show you that in just a minute here. So this is the side rail, and you put it so it's Velcro out, and that sits right up on top of the bed rail. And this gets mounted underneath here. I'll show you, turn this over without dropping it onto the ground. So this has already got the foam. This here's already got the foam on it. And so basically this square is going to go right on this corner here, and that's what seals this corner once you get it snapped together. So we're going to snap it together, and then I'm going to seal it. So this is actually the inside now, what you're seeing right here. But this just slides right into here like that. That's all there is to that. And then you put that little corner piece, I'll put that on once I get both sides on. Okay, so I got both of the side rails plugged in. I got the rubber sealer put into the corners. I lined it up side to side so they're even. I kind of went back and forth and made sure that the rails where I want it. As far as front to back, side to side, I got to go this way just a smidge. About that much. So I want the rail to be right on the edge here, and that's how it is on the other side. It's right on the edge. And then it's even all the way across the front here too. I kind of felt to make sure it's lined up right up tight. And this is where you hook it on. You've got a strap here with a hook where you can hook into this tab right here to hold it back. But nothing's clamped on yet. They're just getting it all laid out here. And as you can see here, the rail's even all the way front to back. You go that way just a smidge. And on this side, you make sure this one is straight, side to side. Make sure everything's even. And I should be able to clamp it all on now. And you get 6 clamps. Here's the clamps. And they work with just a 1/2 inch driver. So it's got 3 clamps on each side. You put one to the front, one to the back, one in the middle. And I'm going to measure it just to be sure, but I'm going to get this one as far forward as I can to the bulkhead, because that's the one that matters the most as far as up front here. So it's just a clamp that's aluminum with a 1/2 inch head. Looks like whatever size that is, 1/4 inch. But you just spin it like this and open it up all the way, and then you go underneath and then turn it like this. So it just goes in. So I'm going to move it as far forward as I can here. Looks like I got even a spot where it goes. I can see there's a little indent right where it goes here. So I'm going to go right up to the front with it here. There we go. So I'm all the way up to the front. Tighten it all up later. For now, I'm just going to get it so it's just hand tightened. All right, so I've got all of the latches just kind of hand tightened. We're going to roll it out, make sure everything's square and even and that it works before I tighten everything down. All right, so I just tightened up all of the clamps. This is the last one. I got them all tight now. And what I did is I went down the rail and made sure this rolled out and stayed even all the way. So I'll show you down in the end here what it looks like. Okay, so there's the cover rolled up. And you can see the clamps are on all the way here. And if you look down the rail, if you guys can see it, but it's a slight angle in according to the truck, but that's where it needed to be, because to get it so that the clamp and the end tray goes into this groove right here where the spring is located, and that's how you lock it on. It has to be at that slight angle. I don't know if you guys can see it here, but see this line, how it gets wider here and it narrows down, but that's where it's got to be centered. You just got to get this so it's the right spot. Now I should be able to roll it out. And then you want to make sure, obviously, that side to side it's even. So I'm going to give it a lift and put it into the grooves. I got a little bit of play. There's probably 1/2 inch side to side, it looks like. I could go a little tighter, but it seems to fit pretty good like that. So then you just push down here and lock it on, and then you go down the line here and just make sure your Velcro is even all the way and give it a push down, and it should be sealed all the way. A little bit more to this side than it is the other side, but we're pretty even. So you got to line it up on that side and then this side, and then we're all covered here. So this is the first time closing the gate. There it is. All right, so I just slid everything down about 1/2 inch this way, tightened it all back up. We're going to close it up now and see. Oh yeah, much better. Now I got that flap all the way across tight, all the way across here, so now we're good. So I had to bring everything down this way, but there's one thing that happened I'll show you. This header foam that goes across from side to side in there, you can actually see it right here now, and I'm only on about half of it. So it's about 1.5 inches wide, I think, and so now I'm on about 3/4 of an inch. So the width of it, I actually could put another piece of foam on the inside of this. I think I'm going to get another piece of foam. You can get that stuff just about anywhere. And I'm going to put another one on the bulkhead up front, so there's 2 pieces, and that'll seal it better, because this one here, you can see it actually sticking out because I'm right up against the edge of it here. You can see that line all the way across where it sticks out. So I'm going to put another one on the inside of it, so I'll have a double. But it's on nice and tight, and everything's sealed up really good. So this is the one spot you want to make sure you're sealed, because it can leak across the tailgate here. You want to have that flap be in. So now it's in nice and tight, and we're all good to go. So that's done. Next, we're going to go and we're going to put in my storage bin that goes under the back seat. We're going to do that next. So the next item up for bids is the Doo-Ha. It's a storage bin, and it's going to go under right here in the back seat. As you can see with the 2500, well, the crew cab anyway, it's a nice big open area. So I will have my seats up most all the time, because I have a bin that I store some materials in, everyday stuff like, you know, gloves and toe straps and ratchet straps and stuff like that, battery charge. I put all that stuff in a bin. But because this big open space is here, I got this bin, this Doo-Ha right here. We're gonna open that up, and I'll show you how much space there is underneath. I'll fold this down so that you can see. So the seats just go down that easy, but then if you look underneath here, you can see how with the Chevys especially, this is all open. So that's all gonna be really nice out of the way storage. And this is actually considered a gun case, that's what they call it. But it's going to go underneath there. So we'll just lift these up, and all they do is lift these up, and then when you go down, you just push down. It's just a friction mount. So right here you can see there's the jack and everything. So we're going to put that in right through here. It's still fairly clean back here. It didn't get too messy with the boys this last week riding back here going to Ohio. So we'll put it in right now. So I got the one without the top. It's just basically it's open. So here it is. It's got a little foam pad for in the bottom, I guess. Under seat storage installation. Open it up, stick it in. Houston, we have a problem. So it fits fine on the driver's side. All I got to do is take out this holder right here for the jack rod. You take that out, and then you thread it through the hole and then put that screw back in. And it's cut away fine, so all of this fits right through here just fine. Like that, it fits fine there. The problem is right here. It says you may have to trim your floor mats away, because this sticks up and it doesn't drop down on there. But I want this on here because I want to keep the crap from any water and debris. The whole reason I got these mats is to keep stuff off from getting back under here and having water pool up from stuff, because I do a lot of stuff, you know, hunting and stuff with boots and water, and this tray does not fit down on there. And you can see right here where it sits up on this. So it says to trim the mat away, but I really don't want to trim the mat away. So the instruction says cut the mat away. Okay, so I made the decision to cut this off here. That's what it says to do in the instructions, and I kind of thought about it both ways, and I hate cutting that seal where we're going to stop having water run this way at all. But this lip here, there's hardly ever going to be water going this way, so the water should drain out. It cuts super easy here. I'll bring you guys in so you can see. It cuts super easy here. You just slide it right along. There we go. That hurt. That hurt. There it is. It's out. All right. So now this is supposed to just drop right in these holes here where this screw goes. Okay. So I'm glad I didn't cut this out because the jack on this side, once you get it in place, you expand it so that it's basically wedged between the two brackets on the sides, and that's what holds this side of the tray in. And then over here, I found out that the jack tools need to be mounted on the inside of this too. They got some Mickey Mouse kind of attachment here. It's not great. It works. I don't think it's a very good design, but that's just me. I'm weird. But so I ended up using some of this storage space to put the jack in. I thought it was going to sit behind it. That's the way I saw it originally. So I got it turned in, and I did put the tools for the jack on the back, and that's what holds it here too. So basically the bolt here, when you turn this big wing nut in, holds it there, and then the jack on this side holds it over here. So now the whole thing is nice and secure. Now I can fill it up with my goodies. So as you can see, you drop the seats down, and there it is. You got storage underneath the seats. But now I can put in the stuff that I want to put in here, which is the stuff you need often. I'm going to put it in there right now. So this is what I used to do. I had a couple totes like this that I just put all my stuff in, and then I had it sitting in the back seat or on the floor, and it was always kind of in the way, and that's why I wanted to get the full cab so I could store tools underneath, but mainly so I could have people ride along with me and have plenty of room for all the stuff. So I want to keep this in the truck all the time with all of this stuff that I use. So I'm going to put it all in now so you can see what we got here. So besides this, I also plan on having a toolbox that I can set into the side, and I haven't decided what I'm going to get yet. I don't know if I'm going to get one on rollers or if it's going to be a stackable Milwaukee one, something like that. But this is going to be the stuff that's not really toolbox material. The toolbox I'll end up putting in, you know, screwdrivers, vice grips, pliers, cutters, you know, things that you use as tools in a toolbox. I don't know what size I'm going to get. I looked at them, and I think I might get one that's a stackable one that would fit. I'm going to measure and make sure I can fit it over there so that I can keep it in here all the time. But I'm going to put all the stuff now that I carry into this bin so that I have it with me when I need it. So I've got jumper cables. And besides jumper cables, I also have this little a unit that was given to me. It's got cables on it, and it's a battery pack, so you can actually charge. It's got a light on it, which is kind of nice. So I use this quite often, actually. It's a really handy little unit. So I don't know how I'm going to position everything yet, so now I'm just going to start throwing it in here. I'm going to see how my tools will fit in here. Obviously, I have to kind of come up with a way of arranging them. So that's my sockets. And this is a drill bag. It's a Milwaukee bag that I got, a drill that I keep on my workbench. So this bag's real handy. So in here I've got screwdrivers. I've got some Allen sockets, just all kinds of stuff. Pliers, vice grips, a hammer, spare cord. I've got wrenches in here. This can actually be moved to the top because I use this quite often. These are the wrenches, so I got a scrunch in there, a bunch of adjustable wrenches, stuff like that. So we're gonna put this right in here like this. And this doesn't even need to be closed. It can just sit like that because it's pretty full. Safety vest, I keep that in the truck. This is some Allen wrenches and some star wrenches. A big wrench. This is what I have to have for certain things on the processor. You got to have a big wrench because there's some 1.5s and stuff like that. I also have this booster pack. Yes, I have 2 of them. This one I bought when I did a review on this. Then a company started sending me these. So I keep them both in here. So if somebody needs power, I've got power. I've got the booster pack. I've got that pack. And then I'm also going to be putting in one of my small battery packs in here too. 1,000 watt more than likely. Let's see how this fits in here. Yeah, we're just gonna lay it down right in here, I think, like this. There we go. Rope, so if I gotta pull somebody, it's just an extra rope. I got it. A pair of earmuffs, put that in here all the time. I keep those in there. I also have some safety flagging that I can put on something if I got boards sticking out, or like if I haul my canoe and things like that. So I've got a couple different flags that I can clip on real easily. Some more rope that can fit back here. This is a battery pack light that I can actually, it's a magnet so it sticks on. I can put this on my trailer if I got to back up at night into somebody's yard or a driveway that is not very good. So it's got a light you can put on it, and I can actually see where the back of the trailer is. So really cool. This works really nice, and it's got rechargeable batteries in it. It's double A's, but they're rechargeable. So this is a smart Electrician. I know I bought it somewhere locally here. So that I keep it in here. That I use occasionally. Just use that as a light once in a while, just to grab. So I got an extra light. This tray is real important. I'm going to put this underneath the jumper cables over there. Ratchet straps, ties, electrical tape. I've got a bunch more rope. I got a bunch of this. What size is this here? What is this? Tensile strength, 550 pounds. Here's some more of it. It's probably 1/8 inch. I use this stuff a lot, so keep a couple of those in there, and I got another one here we can stuff in here. So you can't have too much rope just for tying stuff down or tying stuff up. We're gonna put this over on the other side. So this is something I use quite often. Jumper cables, not so much, but I'm gonna have them in here anyway. So this box right here, like I said, I tape all my straps together with electrical tape. Just it's kind of a single-use thing. But I got a bunch of different ratchet straps in here. And then I have bigger, wider ratchet straps that I have. Let's see, oh, that fits right in there really nice. It fits just perfect right in that corner there. I have bigger ratchet straps. I keep those with my trailer. And then the jumper cables are soft. They can go on top there. So I still got some room there yet. This is important. I've got some shop rags here. We'll stuff those down in here. And hopefully this one fits right there. That'll be good. I got a new package of zip ties. I use those for a lot of different things. That I think I can stuff down in here. I got a big 15-inch adjustable wrench that I'm going to stick with the other one because I got a big, I think there's a 15 and a 14, which I need sometimes both of them to loosen stuff up, so that fits there. This is something I keep in the truck all the time. I keep spare hats. A lot of people think it's weird. But when I do videos, a lot of times I'll shoot 2 or 3 videos in a day, and the way I do it is a lot of times I'll change my shirt and change my hat for a different video. So that way I know for editing. So I got a couple different hats. I got a Carhartt, a Husqvarna, another Husqvarna, and then a steel one here. So we'll put those right in there. And this stuff might obviously get rearranged eventually, but that's kind of important stuff. The next item's very important. I use them all the time. I got a whole bunch of gloves. I've got a supplier where I get gloves, so I'm going to keep these right in the packs and just kind of stuff them into spots here. This goes in here. I also keep some gloves in my drawers. I mean, in my doors. I have some gloves I can grab, but you gotta have gloves. I use them all the time. So there, we just kind of throw those on there. I got an extra connector. I'm going to put that into the door. This is in case I have problems with my electrical. So I got another connector for that. Extra pair of socks if I get wet feet. I always keep a couple pair of socks. And like I said, a couple extra t-shirts, and I'll have that in a separate box that I'll keep in here. And that's pretty much everything except for one of the most important things a guy can possibly have. Duct tape. I always keep a roll of silver, and you gotta have some pinked up duct tape in case you gotta mark something. So we're gonna stick those over on that side. And I think that pretty much does it. Let's see how this closes. Let's see. Oh, I got room for more stuff in there yet. So probably what I'll do, because there's a good 2 or 3 inches in here, I'll probably keep a sweatshirt in here a spare one. I'll keep a raincoat in here, and I'll probably keep an extra t-shirt or two in here in case I ever got to change, because a lot of days we'll get rained on or I'll get real dirty or greasy or something. So I'll keep that right in here too. So kind of nice. I think this is going to work out really well. I'm glad I got this. That way I won't have crap sitting all over in the back here and on the seat. I'm going to try to keep it organized and try to kind of keep this worked out. So there you go. So there it is. The under seat cover is in. You can see the stuff in there. There's a little bit of space. Spare sweatshirt, open seat. Got the stuff I need. The tonneau cover is on and secure and sealed. And I got my hitch on. So the only other thing that I might do is I might get a rubber mat for the bottom of the bed. And I'm still thinking about if I want to do it or not. It's just extra weight to carry, but it does protect the bed. My old tonneau cover from shoving chainsaws in and out, I did damage the actual coating. This is a heavier duty, more, I don't know how to describe it. It's a different substance than the one that I had sprayed on, when they had. This is a factory spray on. So I think it's actually a better spray on. But I might get a rubber mat for this yet. So that's the only other thing I can think of that I want to do, possibly. There you go. That's it for today, folks. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We're going to process some firewood. Good night, everybody.